I take gift giving very seriously. And in those new relationships, there's this tension on what you should get the other person. People don't usually pick up on things that their significant other wants until a little while down the road. In the first few months of a relationship, it's really difficult to pinpoint what they want, what they need, unless they make it really obvious. I'm one of those gift givers that always tries to outdo themselves in relationships. Like after a while, my gift giving gets better. I don't always give jewelry, I don't always give chocolate, I don't always do whatever. I try to do something that speaks to me and I hope that it speaks to them. But I don't think I will ever gift give as well as I did with the sleepy gift. Now, a few years ago, I was dating this girl and we both went to the same school. We both had dorm rooms on campus. Her dorm room was designed for 2 people, but she was the only one living in it. So we start dating early October, and then by the time mid-November comes around, I start seriously worrying about what to get her for Christmas. Because we'd only been dating a little more than a month, and I knew the things that she liked, but I hadn't been to her parents' house, and I didn't know what kinds of things she had in her home bedroom that she just didn't bring to campus. I didn't want to get her jewelry because I think that's too serious after only dating a month. I didn't want to get her chocolate because I didn't exactly know what kinds she loved, what kinds she hated. I know she was allergic to most kinds of flowers, so those were out. I knew that she was a lit nerd like me, but like I said, I didn't know what kinds of books she owned that she just didn't bring to campus. And so one night, after days of racking my brain on what to get this girl, we're watching a movie at like 1:30 in the morning underneath her lofted bed. She had the TV on one side and a bunch of pillows on the other side. We're laying over on the pillows watching this movie. She conks out. So after about 5 or 10 minutes of her being asleep next to me and me being completely invested into this movie, she starts talking in her sleep to me. So I turn the movie off and I ask her a question. I forget what it was, but the fact is, she responded. Now, I was hesitant. I didn't actually know if she was faking or not until I just remember her speaking complete gibberish, talking about eagles and garbage trucks and things. It was weird. It was really bizarre. And so I start talking to her while she's in this like sleep coma and she's just rambling about whatever. And then I was like, hey, what do you like? And she's laying there nearly comatose, just like, I like books. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm definitely getting somewhere. I could figure out what she wants for Christmas, possibly, maybe. And I ask her, what kinds of books do you like? And she replies, boring ones. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not gonna get her like a calculus book. She wasn't that great at math, but still, I didn't know what kind of boring book she wanted, so I kept asking questions. What kind of boring books do you like? Really old, boring books. I like boring books. Are there any books that you don't like? I'm bad at math and war. I don't like war. War's bad in books. And I thought, okay, we're getting somewhere. I wasn't ever gonna get her War and Peace for her first Christmas, but you know, I'm making progress. And then she like does this turn and she rolls over and just lets out this big exasperated sigh, and I don't want her to completely fall asleep and I don't want her to wake up. So I'm trying to think of things to keep her interested in the sleepy conversation while also keeping her asleep. So I start asking questions that have nothing to do with the topic that I'm asking, about noises that I hear. I'm like, wait, what's that? Did you hear that scratching sound? It's probably just the cats. She didn't ever have any cats, and I felt like I was losing the conversation. So I decided to throw a Hail Mary. If she woke up, whatever, I had a lead, but I had a really long question that I needed her to pay attention to. I asked, are there any books that you've always wanted to get but that you don't own? And then she gave me the most glorious answer ever. I've always wanted Alice in Wonderland. Bam! Right there, I knew. It was the most brilliant thing that could have possibly ever happened. I was 1 month into a relationship, and there it is, the answer to my prayers. Just told to me by the girl who I was going to give the gift to. I'm getting really excited about this right now, years later, but you have no idea how excited I was in my head to hear her say that. Alice in Wonderland, that's completely doable. Brilliant, Travis, you are brilliant. Self high five. So as I silently cheered to myself, I didn't ask her any more questions for the next half hour or so because I didn't want any memory of this sleepy conversation to be in her head when she woke up. So over the next few days, I looked all over trying to find a really good copy of Alice in Wonderland, which I did a few towns over. I found this really awesome version of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass in a box set from the early 1900s, okay? It was from the It was from the early 1900s, and the box was in brilliant shape, and it was just an awesome find, and I got it for a really good deal. So then Christmas rolls around, and we're at her parents' house, and I give her the gift. She takes it from me, trying to figure out what exactly it is, noticing that it didn't have any moving parts and that it was pretty heavy. She opened it up, and as soon as she saw what it was, her face was so full of bewilderment that I knew I would never be able to pull anything like that off again. She looked at me and she was like, "How did you know?" And I smiled back and I was like, I had a feeling. To this day, she does not know that she told me that she wanted that. We dated a long time ago. I don't even think she knows that I do YouTube videos, and she will probably never know. Hope you guys have a good Christmas. Let me know in the comments what you gave, what you got, anything. Talk about your holiday. Bye.